Shalom, 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 shalom. Peace and greetings. Kinfolk, OMAR, HOSEA. Saying peace and greetings. I just want to say good morning. We'll pray real quick. Father, thank you for waking us up. Thank you for your connection. We ask for permission to speak to your children. We ask permission to walk with your planet. We ask for your guidance. We ask for the divine wisdom of Mother Earth and all things in and around her. Forgive us of our ignorance. Forgive us for what we know and what we don't know. We ask for your spiritual wisdom and guidance to apply these things that we should know. And we get the things that we shouldn't know. Or we did find out about them. But nonetheless, we ask for your will and divine will to be a part of our lives and to guide us. By the power of the Lord, we'll probably find out and say thank you. Stay alive. Good day, man. I had to just pray to say. For a reason, as usual, for many years, I've been getting up at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I don't know if any of you has been, for some reason, been getting up in the morning when it's still dark outside. Reason why I mentioned this part right here to the video is that they said that the hours of life began at 12 and the day starts at 12. The day doesn't start when the sun comes up. I just want to let y'all know. Because the sun's up doesn't mean that's when your day starts as soon as the sun comes on. Your day starts as soon as it hits 12. You get it. And then when it's dark outside like it is now, all right, that is the end of your thoughts. When you use the most high light, like the light is still out in the space or whatever, but you can't see it, it's dark outside, the pure light of creativity is still there. So even in the pitch darkness or the dark of the dark, the ever illuminating light as before the dark that the dark cannot comprehend, as it is written. Same thing in your mind right now. You're not doing anything. It's 12, it's 3 o'clock, almost 4 o'clock. It's dark. So what's on my mind right now, when the sun comes up, it's going to shine on my heart's motivation. Let me say it again. It's going to shine on my heart. When the sun actually comes up and the sun shines on a dog's ass and a bird and a fish or a tree or a rufous nigger, it's going to expose what you had on your mind when you were asleep. It's going to expose what you were thinking about in your prayer closet. It's going to expose your intentions for the whole world that day. And after so many exposures, then there's a book of life written that says, hey, you're waking up. And in your darkest mind of creativity, whatever you bring to light, what you manifest, we're looking at it. Killer, lyrics, whatever. I.e., a letter to a soldier's death wish, from guns to lyrical weapons. If you up, this is definitely a special bonus thing for you. There's a bonus information coming up after this too. I just give my medication. Just woke up. And I'm praying. I'm like, Father, you know I don't want to make no videos just for nothing. I don't want to just be sitting here talking for nothing. It has to have some substance. Because when I share it with you guys, somebody can come back and tell me about it. You know, say, hey, bro, yeah, that shit working, nigga. God ain't blessed. None of what you said. In fact, it didn't even convict me of my wrong. I'm still shameless. So I done spent 45 minutes. No, I didn't say that. I done spent 45 seconds listening to your shit. I didn't get corrected, and I ain't feel no joy. So we're gonna take a trip down memory lane. Remember that song, Minnie Riperton, I think it is? Back down memory lane. When I some. But then I can hear the voice in here with that bird song voice. Back down memory lane. Hold on. All right. From guns to weapons. Anybody watching this video, if you are 48 and up, you will feel this video. If you are 48 and up and you feel this video, you're responsible for the message after this. If you're 48 and up, yes, you have a job to do. If you're 48 and up, you have a job to do. Guns and lyrical weapons. In the 80s, no, in the 70s, our music was hip hop to the hippie to the hip hop to the rock to the bang bang. Cool. You was hearing the double Dutch bus going down the street. Move your dirty butt and come and shuffle your feet. Can I kiss her? It's all right. And my kiss her, you all right. There was no weapons in that. There was no shake your ass and me fuck you and do this other crazy shit in that. When hip hop and the man and the woman start getting connected with their family and their God, the music reflects that. Tonto, jump on it, jump on it, jump on it, boom, doom, 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 hey, doom, doom. Yeah, Fabulous 5, Furious 5, Fab Freddy and them. Was it no guns? Was it no violence? Boom. When the movie first came out and the so-called black culture got on MTV, VH1, what happened? What happened to the black man and the black woman when they got on TV? Let me tell you, this will show you why the black man and the black woman is going to always have it bad. Let me show you. You're blaming the wrong motherfuckers. I told you this earth was so different. Let's make a motherfucker black nigga gonna kill me. I'm black and I'm proud and we so this that. You ain't. You're the fuck original devil. Read something first though. If you don't feel this, you definitely not a man or a woman. My specs on. Let me get this to you. I'll read something to y'all. I sent this to you before. Nobody wants to talk about it. Let me fix this. Get my audio stuff today. I'm going to get this new tablet. I'm going to replace my business tablet and replace my business phone. That's why I've been kind of messed up lately. So I'm finally getting back on my feet more or less. But I'm going to get this. Listen to this carefully. I am always had a book of gesture, but it said something very, 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 very loud. Okay? Something very, very loud. I'll read this to you. Here we go. Found it. Check this out. Now, at this time, the black man and the black woman is in Babylon. They're in Egypt. They're running the world. Yeah. This is the time when the black race ruled the whole planet. Okay? Listen to what the black race did in Kemet, what the black man did in Egypt, what the black woman did and done on the planet before your slavery, before your isms, and before your I'm Israel and I'm this and I'm before all that. Here's the root of your suffering, black man and black woman. And they did so many days, and they killed many of them in this manner. Verse 35. And the Lord smote 3 divisions that were there, and he punished them according to their works and design, those who said, we were sent to heaven and serve our gods. Stop. When the black man says, and he's doing it right now, if you're from Egypt and you're talking about Pan-Africanism and all them different gods that never saved a black man or a black woman here in America from slavery, this is a confirmation. He says this. He said, he punished them according to the works. He said, they were sent to heaven and serve their God. Serve our God. That's what the black man said. But they became like apes, which is the caveman Neanderthals. The elephants, elephantitis, look up leprosy. And then those who said, smite the heavens with arrows, the Lord killed them. So there's some civilizations that's just totally wiped out. And he says, in the 3rd division, who said we were sent to heaven to fight against them, the Lord scattered them throughout the earth. And I did this video with y'all before. But for some reason, nobody wants to talk about why the black man and the black woman on the planet is suffering. Because one, you've been scattered all over the earth for doing what? Being disobedient to God. You get scattered all over the earth again with other black people. The Israelites. Think about that. There's 2 scatterings. First, before it was Israelite, right? Before those Israelites, you had these Babylonians, the seed of Nimrod, the seed of Cain, the seed of Cush, the children of Egypt. They said, before the Greeks came, they said, before the pale skins came, they said, we're going to ascend up to heaven and serve our own gods. So who's up in heaven? Nut, whole sky. That means she's in heaven. You got the other one holding some other shit with the girl laying down as represents the earth. So they personalized something that the Most High told the black man and the black woman not to fuck to do. So the black man and the black race has always been stubborn and against their creator. But yet want the reward of the beast, who was the pale skin with the fur and all that. Yeah, I'm laid in bed with him because of how we know the Most High said I changed them into apes and elephants, and some of you niggas, I just got rid of you motherfuckers. That's just it. I wasn't playing with you. And you other motherfuckers, I scattered you. That's the same judgment on Israel. I scattered you motherfuckers. And what's happening in the black community now? You're being scattered again. And what's happening to your creativity is being taken again. How we know? Because we get the Asians, they doing synchronicity. You know how perfect they like the shit perfect and synchronized? They killing the game now. They up rocking, stepping. They've copied everything the black man could ever do. They copied everything. They're doing it. The pale skin copied everything from the black man, the black woman, and perfecting it, and marketing it, and making billions off your motherfucking asses. Mimicking you. From guns to lyrical weapons. Now, through all this takeover of the black man's gifts and skills and all this, it was the gunpowder. Because the only way to destroy or put a gap between us taking y'all shit and your disobedience to your God was to give you drugs, alcohol, and something you could never keep. And that's the white man's money and the houses that he built and the financial success that y'all claim you have. That's the white man's giving that to you, not God. The white man is the chastisement of you black motherfuckers. Guns to lyrical weapons. Get into a point. We use guns to fight in wars. We use guns to kill each other. And so they dump the drugs like God told him to do for changing his word. He said, you will suffer plagues in his Bible that your ancestors had known. And because you changed God's words, and that Jesus is God, and that Muhammad is the last messenger of God, and da-da-da. What you do is what you did, black man and black woman. He says here, he punished them according to the works and designs and those who said we will ascend to heaven and serve our gods. Who ascend to heaven? Jesus. And what y'all do? Y'all serve him as a god. Nut of the Egyptian pantheon. He holds up the sky and you serve him as God. The black man and black woman have so many gods, it's ridiculous. Shalom, Kim folks. The black man and black woman have so many gods, it's ridiculous. And let me read this to you again. This is when black man and black woman ruled the planet. Remember that shit where we used to rule the planet there? This is why you lost the planet, black man, black woman. Be honest with yourself. Tell the truth. Look yourself in the mirror. Tell the children. Tell grandma and them and everybody else. Y'all fucked up. You fucked up, huh? How we know? He said this. This is the Tower of Babel. This is Nimrod. This is the first civilization. This is Sumeria. This is Acadia. This is where all this shit that y'all talking about, we love the planet Earth. This is where it comes from. He said this. He punished them according to the works and design. He, the Most High, yeah. He said, those who said we will ascend means to go up into heaven. Who went up to heaven and who came down? Jesus. Who shall ascend to heaven and serve our gods. Every religion has some nigga going up to heaven and coming down here to save you motherfuckers. But here's what the truth said. They became like apes. This is true history. If you check out Goku, Dragon Ball Z, what you get? Have niggas and have apes and have monkeys and shit like that. And they're up in the heaven serving each other as what? God. Slinging what? Magical Dragon Balls and flying through the air and shit. With superpowers. And now you treat your children, tell your children to go be superpowered Dragon Ball Z come time Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween. And so it says, and serve our gods. You unrighteous motherfuckers, man. And it says they became like apes and elephants, elephantitis. There's a movie called Elephant Man. Check out the movie called Elephant Man. Where the whole niggas mint like this. Look at the other people who got big feet, look like elephants, really. I just found out that leprosy, the little big moles on our black women's face, is a form of leprosy. I'm like, my goodness. And then I'm watching people how to beautify being leprous. Give me the shivers already. I'm shivering already. He said, we will smite the heavens with arrows. Who is these niggas trying to fight God? What I'm saying is this. How can you fight something that you can't see? So whoever these niggas is trying to make war with the creator who they can't see, they must have had some type of glimpse of a different God. So there had to be a battle of who God is better. Is Muhammad the best prophet over Noble Drew Ali? Let's go to war. Is Noble Drew Ali more special than what's the nigga's name? Farrakhan or whoever? And so now you the battle in these camps, black men and black women, and education on whose God or prophet is better. So it's the exact same shit. It's in the book of Jasher. Found the book of Jasher, chapter 9, chapter 9 to 10, verse 11 to 36. Check this out though. Listen to the arrogance of black man and black woman. Africa, Egypt, all that glory. Come on, ISIS. If this doesn't line up, what I'm going to tell you with the story of the true story of ISIS and Osiris, and set, and with this, get this picture. At the time of this great atrocity of Tower of Babel, Seth, Isis, and Osiris is around that time too. They don't tell you that. The numbers in the time zone made it seem that it was so far apart. It was all in the same facility, the same continent. The news became different. You know, like Elephant said, we will smite the heavens and arrows. The Lord killed them, one man through the hand of his neighbor. So we got black on black crime already. The most High created black on black crime because you was using that same shit to fight hell. So it's not surprising that when a black man kill a black man, it is not surprising. Or a black woman hurt a black woman, it's not surprising. Because it says, the Lord killed them, one man though the hand of his neighbor. The third division, those who said we will ascend to heaven and fight against him, the Lord scattered them through the earth. So anytime you're wrestling with God, he's going to scatter you. So, hello, children of Israel. Just like these niggas in Babylon got scattered, you're the same niggas of Israel with that Babylonian DNA, genetic code. You don't want to admit it. Got scattered. It's not good to be scattered. Speckled, maybe. Scattered, that's not too good. According to this in Jasher and in your Bible and in the Quran and everything else. Now let's check out this deranged shit. Let's get a little bit of history on the scattering, the range, and the cursing of the black man for wanting to fight against his creator. For the black woman wanting to fight against her creator and the man her creator made. There's a lot of disobedience in the black soul, and nobody wants to address that fact. You want to be sugar-coated. You want somebody to rub your balls and your titties and your ass and say, oh, man, black. Look, you ain't got no toy. Say, oh, my black people, you've been treated so bad because you've been so disrespectful to your creator. I'm just going to pat you and pay you for every fucking thing. But the pale skin got smart. Led to a soldier's death wish. From guns to lyrical weapons. Check it out. Lyrical weapons, from guns to lyrical weapons. So the black man said, hey, pale skin daddy, since you gave us a new God named Jesus and a new prophet named Muhammad who's pale skin, you gave us a Master of Farad who's damn near pale skin. All our teachings is strictly from who? Pale skins. Why? Because your black leaders was too busy warring with God. So that makes sense. If my own niggas going to war with me, I'm gonna have to fuck with these pale skin things. At least I know they don't fuck with me because I made them crooked. So I expect what I made crooked, but I made you black folks straight. And you treat me like shit. Talk to me like I ain't shit. False prayers. Oh, in the name of, oh God, I love you. Please protect me. I'm highly favored. But in the name of Jesus. That's fucked up. Hey, baby, you can have something to eat. But ain't no meat and cheese unless it's on it. What you say was just bread, motherfucker. No. You have to dream it to believe it. Oh, man. This is so horrible. It's worse than what it looks like. Guns to lyrical weapons. So now, they just put the guns in our hands and send us to the army and stuff like that. And you niggas die with no God. You die praising Jesus. You die praising everything except for repentance of being a disobedient black person. Could you jump from that? I have it right here. And if you want a copy, I'll give it to you. If anybody want a copy, inbox me or call me. I'll get you all the historical data that links up and it goes together. Even the Greek, I'll get it to you. The Roman, and everything else. Let's get back to it. So the black man and the black woman, we find out why you hate it on the planet. God don't fuck with you. And we'll let y'all know, black man or black woman, God don't fuck with you for real. You only alive because the pale skins are using your dark energy and your dark ignorance and your rebellion against God to build their kingdom. Look at Atlanta. That's a prime example. Watch TV on Atlanta. Elephant Man watch, right? Hey, you can chime in. I wish I could get you involved because we love people to share their information on the things that we're talking about. So we're working on a podcast, working on a web page, but I'm doing it all by myself. I got to write this book. I got to do this all by myself, and nobody wants to pitch in. Everybody wants to free. People want to see me do all the work by myself, and then latch on like you put in the info. Nope, fuck out of here, and we're gonna defend it. When we get back on track. So with these guns, we took these guns up and we wanted to protect our country and protect our freedoms that we was fighting for. We didn't worry about when we picked our guns up. We was worried about China coming over here, or Russia, the Germans is coming. It was never American on American shooting guns on each other. The guns are strictly to protect our border, our waterless borders, and our ocean shores. But then when crack cocaine came out, MTV, yo MTV Raps, Cribs, what happened to the black man? You know, he picked up the most dangerous weapon on the planet next to the black woman. That was the microphone. Yeah, that was the best weapon that Satan and yeah, please do. Please do. That's the whole purpose. We spark each other. That's what Diabolist is about. Sparking each other's intellect. It's about doing research saying, hold up, I've been noticing this shit, and I got to have courage to keep it 100. And if I fall into the same trap, I have to get up out that trap or get someone to get that trap and tell people, hey, there's a trap right there. That's why we said God ain't blessing no more traps. No future. We're not blessing traps. We're blessing daps. So you have to change the language in this shit. Oh, for sure. I'm Kim Foles. I am our brothers and sisters keeper. Whatever you want to know, we got the information. We share it with you. We have the experience. If you don't know, say you don't know. We don't want your opinion. That's wrong with having an opinion. Those are people that say that don't know. Right. And we creating dabalicious.com. Yeah, daps. Boom. And so we call it dabalicious. Things that we share with each other. We dap it up, and the group becomes dabalicious. If we ain't that, man, you ain't dabalicious, you can't come in. We're not fraternized with you. Put on yourself, man, and come on to the glass house, because God sees all. You know what I mean? Most God sees all. Ain't no high, this and that. You right, fix it. If you gay, you gay, fix it. If you fix it. And come on back to the table. But nonetheless, let's get back to this. So they gave us these guns. And then they put the drugs with the guns. And if you notice, the drugs, the guns, the Bible, the cash, the England crown, and the Islamic crescent became more popular. I don't know if any of you even noticed that. The more disobedient the black man becomes, or the black woman becomes, the more polarized money, religion, cash, and England becomes. It's called the 400. C, 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 C. That's 400. In Roman letters. The club, the cash, the crown, the crescent, and the cross. That's your dagger. I told you that last time. One dagger was your forehead. Bang. Still all your God's information. Your pineal gland. Done. That's the first one. Your hands to create. Believe in your right mind. Your other hand, your right hand. Return how you left what? In your right mind. So if your mind is pierced with something, that's over with. Boom. You can't be your right mind because your shit's pierced. You can't turn in your right mind. Why? Because your other right hand is pierced. You're done right there. Now both your feet is pierced together. So you ain't traveling. Yeah, you need a motherfucking license too. You gotta pay to walk this earth now. Why? Because it's cursed under your feet. You can't travel when your new Mercedes are getting pulled over and getting shot in the face, nigga. No. In the Bible, God told Cain for being disobedient and killing his brother, the earth will not give you nothing, bitch. Ass niggas. You're getting nothing from the earth, let alone the universe. And if they ain't giving you nothing, what do you think the Most High gonna give you? He ain't listening to you motherfuckers, man. In your words breathe life and death. For the most part, use your words to praise God and uplift your brothers and sisters. But you know what you did? Nigga, Mr. Mrs. Clowntastic. You picked up the microphone and you did more damage on one record than you could do a 100-round drum, gun, or a nuclear bomb. Grandma and unborn baby got green motherfucking hair and eyelashes. When a baby infant girl, and old ass grandma got orange hair. Everything in between the past and the future is fucked. And nobody want to admit that. Nobody wants to ask Grandma, why your pussy hanging out? Nobody want to ask that. Nobody want to ask the mom or the dad, why your little baby's crouches all over the motherfucking TV? Don't you know we get pedophiles that's legal? Have y'all noticed nobody's doing a tally on the rise in rape? Nobody's taking out the tally on that. How many young girls are being actually raped and manipulated? The microphone, then the video has destroyed the mind and the soul of the black man and black woman. And it doesn't show no turns, no signs of no real return of the soul. You say, bro, why you say all like that? How the fuck you? I'm share with you. Go to every motherfucking religion and every source, and you'll see the common thing. Vainglory. My religion, my dress code, my knowledge is better than yours. And it's funny how we're all black and family when we're talking about reparations. That sounds like a broke nigga for real. I think that's what y'all told me. You gotta get out there and get it on your own. Remember that? Every man gotta stand in his own tub. Well, okay. If we put all black men and all black women into one body and asked you, when was the last time you stood on your own, nigga? I'll wait. And rapping on a microphone and making beats and buck dancing do not count. And because you got a motherfucking doctor degree, do not count. Because you got a Maserati, do not count. I'll tell you why? Because none of that shit is originally yours. They changed the language, they changed the process, they made a system of their own. And it's called white supremacy. It's not going to get any better, Kim folks. And that's the whole point. But we know what's already better is those of us who's not guilty by nature of not wanting to war against the Most High. So to all the people who talk about being an Israelite, try to wake them up and tell them that you've been scattered just like those monkey niggas and them elephant people who wanted to war against God. That sounds like the same shit, nigga. So now these microphones are turned to weapons. Everybody wants to be a rapper now. They don't want to be the content in the rapper. They don't want to be that content, that responsible content. Throw the candy away, but keep the rapper. You know why? The candy might be good for you, but if you read the rapper, it has what? Promotions on it. You ever took your shoes out the box? It got little promotions. Hey, it's made out of this, and it's made out of that. And this material comes from this. You put the wrapper on your bread before you make your sandwich? Before you start whipping up that coat, it would take out your baking soda and would have read on the wrapper of your ammonia. Never the content. They don't want the content. They want the wrapper. And the rapper spit all that weapons about how I'm gonna rape your mother, how I'm gonna rape your daughter, how I'm gonna hurt you, how I'm gonna let my chain hang and let my nuts swing when it comes down to protecting my people. Y'all swing, look at my chain, nigga, look at my chain. But when it comes down to that real shit, they like this. I'm not gonna let my nuts hang. Fuck that, nigga. I'm gonna go and smoke me some weed, Give me some methazine and fuck that, man. Keep making music. Fucking cowards. Fucking cowards, man. That's crazy. And then these people with these microphones. I don't know why Tyler Perry keeps popping in my head. The nigga, and y'all black people go for this every day. And I'm watching his programs. This is the epitome of black disobedience to God. And millions of you motherfuckers is supporting this shit and enjoying it and dressing up like these motherfuckers. And y'all okay with it. As long as they got money. Tyler Perry, first of all, we know about Hollywood. Everybody know what goes in the ins and out of Hollywood and what started Hollywood. Like Walt Disney with his 666 pedophilia ass as well. Homosexual. And we're not saying anything for or against homosexuals. We're just talking about our people, our culture, what we don't do. Homosexual pedophilia is a culture in its own that belongs to the Greco-Romans and other pagan religions and sects. Not S-E-X, S-E-C-T-S, sex. So this is for the people whose culture is not of homosexuals and pedophilia and bestiality. We're not complaining about your culture. We're in America. You're allowed to practice whatever the fuck you want. Remember? Even if it means war against God. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that. So we're not debating about that. We're just talking about those of us whose culture does not allow us to do those things. This is for those people. Okay, so don't find my video, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I lost my train of thought. These microphones, these weapons. Now, okay, Tyler Perry. Now, who copied Hollywood? It was Bollywood. Then the Arabs copied that movie called, not movie, but Denali, something like that. The Bride, the richest place in Arabia, copied off of Hollywood. Now, these three heathen pagan entities, beautiful in their own culture and their godless upbringing because God made them like that. Nothing's wrong with them. They're perfect in what they're doing. But you, black man and black woman, here's what the thing gets fucked up. Tyler Perry decides to bring Hollywood to Atlanta. Now I'm thinking, black people of Chocolate City, Atlanta, I'm thinking, was Atlanta originally made for black men and black women to be faggots? We're just talking about the black man and black woman. We're not talking about nobody else. We're not saying anything about sexual preferences. We're talking about the state of the black man and black woman and God. So this is not about sexual bashing or anybody bashing. We're talking about guns and lyrical weapons. Now, this lyrical weapon called LGBT, because if you say something, that's a weapon you guys is going to jail, you get your video cut off. So there's one weapon. But how does this fit in the upbringing? How does Tyler Perry and all these things coming out of Atlanta support the upbringing of the quote-unquote chocolate city? They didn't say black city. They didn't say the black country. They called it chocolate. And that didn't raise an eyebrow from none of you niggas when they first told Atlanta you can run it as long as you call it Chocolate City. And then made Tyler Perry the king of Chocolate City. That didn't dawn on you people? How did Tyler Perry become right the age thing. Now remember, when the brothers and sisters in DC were getting together and was getting rid of the drugs in DC and Maryland, because I was in DC and Maryland, Valley and all that over there, and there was a change there. Had their first black mayor, then all of a sudden, the AIDS broke out. Yeah, Freaknik, exactly. You remember that shit? That's what built Atlanta. Chocolate City, the Freaknik. Then all the black colleges came to Atlanta. Hey, with that Greek, that black nigga Greek shit. Hey, remember that thing? It's the Alpha Kappa Alpha Dot guys. I forgot what they call the Wayside, the Omega dudes, and they came out with this song on how to lick booty like a dog. I said, who the fuck do that? These is the future lawyers and future niggas of black supremacy, if that's what they want to call it. This is the future or the mentality of the men and the future kings and gods of the black society, or running around here in groups and droves of men on how to spread open a woman's booty or a dude's booty. I'm like, oh my goodness. That too, right? 69. Like, when you look at black history, black culture for what it really is, and not that Egypt shit. Guns and lyrical weapons. Another lyrical weapon that fucked the black people up. Get this picture. You go outside your crib today, whatever time it is. We'll just say when the sun comes up. You go outside and you see a nigga that you know is supposed to be dead. You see it on TV, they didn't kill that nigga or nigga. Whatever, this ain't gotta be a nigga or nigga. You just know that motherfucker got murdered. He gone. Funeral and everything, gone. Then you see that nigga next week. You like, nigga, did I just see you in the box, nigga? What kind of shit is this? This is Osiris. Osiris gets murdered. Done. His sister slash wife slash girlfriend slash baby mama. This is your black history. This is Egyptian history. This is your God. Remember it says, we're going to ascend to heaven and worship our gods. So this is what black people did with Isis and Osiris. Here's your gods, and you teach this every day. And you love this shit every day. Tattoos, the whole nine. They even got Osiris green, let you know that he's putrid. Not he's a lizard, he's putrid. He's bacteria. Anytime you see green. In that context. Get this picture, man. And they're teaching this every day. Called Pan-Africanism shit. And we'll get to the Dogons having sex with animals and shit too. We'll get to that. How they get so smart. Mr. Dogons are smart. Absolutely. Osiris gets murdered twice. The first time he's killed, done. Alright. His sister goes back, brings him back to life. Through magic. Or i.e. the Ankh. The nigga dead, she used her Ankh magic. Alright? Bring him back to life. No, she didn't use the Ankh at this time. She used something else. She went to this witch. There's a story about this. She goes to this witch. And she tells this demon witch. She tells her what she needs to do in order to bring Osiris back to life. She'll do it. She gives it back. Thank you. Set finds out that Osiris is alive again. Now, mind you, there was magic back then, Osiris and Seth, and it was magic in the time of Jesus, called Lord Jesus Simon, who was what? The magician who practiced what? Divination, and they said he what? God. They thought the magician named Bar Jesus, they called him associated with God. So when they brought Osiris back to life, they associated him with what? God. And what did they say in Babylon? They said, we will ascend to heaven and worship what? Our gods. It's true history of the black heart and the black soul, or why you're going to always suffer on the planet. Why the Pelicans rule the planet and not you. They don't have a God. That's why they cool where they at and slaughter you. But you had one to say, fuck him, or them, and create your own. They was turned by your choice. So this sister went back to the demon after she cut the nigga up in 13 pieces. Time out. Real shit on the streets. If a nigga shoot you and you ain't die, and he come back and shoot you again, come on, man. You gotta think the mentality of when you decide that you're going to go take a life. There's something in you that you're knowing that you've come to a conclusion of something that I'm going to go take this life. Even with me, when I'm so, it's a process. Set went back to kill Osiris a second time, and he was so determined to kill this nigga that he chopped him up in 13 pieces. Got that mentality right? He's bent on killing this nigga again, 13 pieces. And he scattered all those pieces all over fucking country. Make sure you don't find his ass. That's saying something in itself. So who want to represent a nigga that got murdered twice and got shit scattered all over the thing? We got a deranged sister who's finding the body pieces, who goes back to the demon bitch, goes back to the demon bitch. The demon bitch say, hey, you gotta do something for my offspring. And she agrees to it. They find all the pieces. They give her the unk. The demon bitch gives Isis the unk. And she finds Osiris's penis. Now get that picture. This black woman that y'all call Isis, who loves so much, who represents the black woman in America. Isis. Superwoman. Went to a demon bitch. Went to go look for a penis. Her brother's penis. When she couldn't find it, she made one out of gold, wood, mud, whatever it is. She couldn't find the real shit. So mind you, the nigga dead twice. He greened in the motherfucker. He fucked up. You ever see a decomposed body? They would lift your steak out on the grill outside or some shit. You ever left a potato or tomato out overnight and see how shriveled that bitch got up? So Osiris, you would think was pretty fucked up. But she took these body parts, put them together like Frankenstein, did some magic trick shit, and started having sex with it. Come on, black woman. Come on, black woman. Come on, black woman. Come on, black man. Come on. You accepting that? That's your God? That's your history? That's your anthem? her dead brother she desired to have sex with and had sex magic and had a baby named Horse, a dead nigga twice, a strange bitch who liked the green niggas and wooden dicks and gold dicks and magic. The baby named Horse, and now the black man is so wonderful now. Baby Horse is here. Isis, Osiris, Horus. Look at us. God hates you, man. God, maybe I tell you. Everybody else is too scared to tell you. God don't fuck with you, man. I don't fuck with you. He turned you into apes, elephants, scattered you, and sent you amongst the beasts of the field, which is the pale skin, to ravage your black ass. And now he saturated you into their lesbian culture, same-sex culture, pink hair, orange hair, big booty, little booty, all these defects and all the shit that you want to be. Led it to a soldier's death wish. You should not want to be called black man or black woman, anything. When you really do the little history of black excellence. And so you are the original devil, black man and black woman. You're the original devil of your own demise. From guns to lyrical weapons. So now, if you ain't praising Muhammad, Noble Drew Ali, or Jesus, you ain't a man. So if you praising the Most High the way you're supposed to, and not praising Osiris, Horus, Babylon, New York Nets, T.I., P. Diddy, Cardi B, Tyler Perry, and his bullshit. I'm this broke nigga. This motherfucker. These motherfuckers. We ain't cool. We ain't this, and because we ain't letting our chains hang, but we letting our nuts hang. Who remember that song by Boom, Boom, Boom on your black ass, bitch? Because you gotta let your nuts hang. Scarface. Ain't no more of that. Is that when they chains swing? No more of that. And yes, we are. Everything. It's on time. You see, this makes sense when you read Revelations, right? Somebody already knew how many people they would take out of the black community, meaning 144,000 of Israel. Somebody already knew that 104,000. Tell you how I know? That's why we got facial recognitions on our phones and voice. Because if it's written on if the Most High is on your forehead, like it says, my name and their new names will be written on their foreheads, meaning you will be thinking different. It says your mantle will be a good cheer. You will be bringing good news, but also the truth. That's the mantle, the hood. That's how you would know. Those are the prophecies. And so there's going to be 144,000 out of each so-called black American sex. I'm glad you asked. The new name is because the children of Abraham, the 12 tenths, was Ishmaelites, who are Akkadians as well, / Egypt. Now we're going to share with you. Let's get this picture. This is a universal logic. This is not my logic. This is universal logic. And everybody can tap into it and do it and see it. Like your cell phones. The new names in the white stone. The white stone, the white stone represents you washing your hardness of your heart, of your body, you yourself, your personality. Is hard and it turns into black, like coal or granite. But the white stone, the pure white stone, is you wash the road white. You wash you detoxify your pineal gland. So you become that white stone or that white piece of earth. And on that stone, like he wrote the 10 Commandments on the tablet, on the white stone, that pure man or that pure white woman, with that pure heart and that sincere movement and frequency, he writes a protection. It gives you a name that means something. And that's what you do. Like, my name is HOSEA OMAR. I got my name on a white wall, written backwards. And so when I did the research, it meant salvation. But when my mama named me Omar through the Black Panthers, and through that was ancient Aramaic, it meant speaker. And so that's what I do. I speak about God's salvation. And so that's how you get your new name. And those that know the new name, you see the new name because you live your new name. Now, somebody say, name themselves, like some people name themselves Yahweh ben Yahweh. We'll use him for example. Now, everybody knows that the full word Yahweh doesn't mean the Most High Yah. Okay, now with that name, go into the etymology of ancient Aramaic names, the sources of them. What the Pelican did is they took our ancient Aramaic names and made it English meanings. Like they did Joshua. Hosea means salvation. And he actually took Israel over to the new land and saved them through the plans and the spirits of the Most High. So he did that. But Jesus means he saved, or Joshua means he saved, but Jesus didn't save anybody. And they took Joshua's name and turned it into Jesus. And in the book of Maccabees, they took Joshua and turned it into Jason, and turned Jason into Jesus. And so now the Greeks got what? Jason and the Argonauts. Jason and the Argonauts mean it was the real Jason was a Hebrew who turned his back on his brothers, on Israel and on God, sold him in the Greeks, and now he has all of Israel against him. So the real Jason, the Argonauts, was this Greco nigger, like a bunch of Greco niggers on Facebooks and shit like that. They turned our children into sports and into the Greek hat, which is the condom, and the tattoos and all that, and the ski wee, because I'm going to Pitt College and I'm going to this college. Those are the Jasons, and those against the Argonauts, because the Most High. So that's what that tablet, that's what the white stone represents. And the Most High will be your new name. You can't just go to a church or a temple or a mosque or whatever and say, hey, I gave my name Muhammad. That was the worst thing you could ever do, is name yourself. That's what Satan did. He said, I'm going to do this. So you just go name yourself, huh, nigga? Your mom didn't name you that. The people surely didn't give you that name, but you just read a few Qurans and you burnt a few sage, and now you master teacher splinter some shit. Like, what the fuck is this? Just add, I guess that's the new nigga shit. Just add it, make your own shit up and try and be that. Guns and lyrical weapons. So that even falls in the lyrical weapons as well. How many people are here to this very day in these camps? These niggas, man, making war on God, using their own gods. I'm gonna put my glasses off so I can see for you. Here's how we explain the temple of those watching. That we can interact with each other. This is what we do. Get this picture. Your heart is the throne. Who sits on your heart, really? Your mom, your dad, this world, your money, you, this, that, or the creator of all things. We said, here, take this, create something with it, but don't forget about me. Like you tell somebody, look, I got 10 bands for you. Thank you, Kim Folk. You say, look, I got 10 bands for you, right? I've been watching you struggle all year. Matter of fact, I've been watching you struggle for the past 10 years. So I kept a band a year for you. And you just 10 bands, do what you got to do, right? But a motherfucker don't do it. He done sat there and drank it all up. They got his freak on. They went and bought jewelry, drugs, and all that. And come back and ask you for another dollar. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So the same thing with the creator. He's like, look, I give you this whole planet. I told you to name everything on it. Just don't forget about me. And what do the black man and black woman do? Every time you help them out, straight up, keep 100, man. The preacher too. They start to step on your neck. Because now they got up on their feet, they start backbiting you. Now that they made new friends. Not saying that they need you, because you did it from off the muscle. But it's the fact that they didn't even come back and say thank you. In fact, it's in some of your Bible stuff where the 10 people came in and the man fixed them up, hooked them up real decent. Evolution. I thought about that. We can mix that in there, evolution. It's not part of evolution. If you always like this, absolutely, the tree was the chair. Especially if it fell by itself. We ain't had to chop it down. We sit down on there and put our food on it. It's not evolution. It's remembering what you did wrong. It's like this. A lot of times when black culture do something wrong, it gets covered up with a joke. Oh, look, I ain't mean that. I was black. I was just joking. No, the fuck you wasn't. You was serious as hell. You hate God for real. You hate his commandments. You hate his laws, statutes, and precepts. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't kill your brother, first of all. And you wouldn't hustle your sister's misery. Simple things. Simple things. You just wouldn't do that. You wouldn't have a city called Chocolate City, first of all. Especially when homosexuality was and homosexual gangs was getting very, very huge in Atlanta and in DC. And a lot of parts down in Texas. There was a lot of horrible things going on. My dead wife used to work for the CRS down there. And oh my goodness. I'll tell you this one story. We're talking about you brown niggas too. They had a case where the motherfucker had their children tied up to a pole and a doghouse next to it. New York too, guy. They found the child tied up to a pole in a doghouse, man. Those are just some things that I can only say right now. Just get just. So when you flip that script and you ask a black woman in any part of the city of America, why is the child more important than the future? I'm reading it in a Behold the Pale Horse. It says, if you get the woman into her emotions, she'll defy logic. I had to think about that. And he said, if you break the man and turn him into a pussy ass nigga, he'll enjoy her defying logic. So his wisdom has no logic, and all his hard energy is in getting some pussy. So what's on the throne of your heart? Back to that. If the Most High is sits on the throne of your heart, then by nature, what comes off, we call it the Holy of Holies, your esophagus. You get a picture, the throne, right? And he's sending you messages to your body, right? Because you feel it, the frequency makes you wiggle and dance, and all right, shit, okay. That shit there where you don't get sick. That shit where your bones don't break. The shit where your nails grow nice and healthy and your hands stay, feet stay clean, your teeth stay white, but yet they still fall out. But your hair still grow, but yet it still smells fresh and things of that nature. But now that spirit, the words come up. But now before the words come out your mouth, they're in the temple. Right? Well, whether in the temple, the altar is your pineal gland. The incense is the words that come out your mouth from the person hearing them. And your breath, because you brush your teeth and you're eating the right foods, and your essence, your skin itself, because you're full of truth and you're full of selflessness, and you're so light. Only time bacteria or dust affects light is when it's dim or it's weak or it's being disconnected from its true source. And just like the human body, when they back your bacteria, you all sense all slimy, pumply, you gotta put all that makeup on and you gotta spray all that cologne. But what you don't know that the natural body has its own perfume through what you eat and the botanical that you wash your hair with. Yeah, you have your own natural body scent. And so that becomes a beautiful thing. But if your heart is getting that money, been playing, then yes, it's in your heart, and then what comes out your mouth is the weapons, the lyrics, the lyrical weapons, and this is what comes out. Yeah, nigga, bust your wig, nigga, fuck your hoe and your moms till you're dead hoe, nigga. Yeah, nigga. I'll kill your kids, nigga. I'll fuck your baby and your daughters in the ribs, nigga. Yeah, nigga. I'm repping blue, nigga. I'm repping red, nigga. You know, shit like that. So when you hear it, you're like, oh, you ain't even gotta see it. Sometimes you do this, don't smell it. No, this don't smell right. Those frequencies and shit just don't feel right. Most times talking to us every day, all day through our seven senses. Lyrical weapons. So now, where's the next lyric coming up? Who's the next lyric? Who's the new rap artist coming up? Who is using this lyrical weapon to destroy our young black women? Because whether people don't believe it or not, the Most High told man to name everything. And when he gave that spell to hand over his power over to the black woman, who gave over her power over to vanity and self-worship. Who's God? Who's that God that they worship that they would send up to heaven and war with the Creator, who's not just in heaven, but he's in all things and everywhere? You gotta look at these things, man. But here's the bonus information I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna get off of that tip. It's getting boring. It's getting redundant, really. Get tired of talking about it. But here's something fresh that nobody's talking about. In the prophecy in the Bible, and I haven't seen myself, it says that the earth is going to catch on fire. Now I'm thinking, what people don't talk about again is the heart machine. Whatever this thing is here, fuck with my head. Let me turn it off. Hold on, folks. We'll change that. Let's get, oh well, can't change it. Fuck it. Let me backtrack. I'm trying to crush this in. I don't taking too much more time unless we just hang out this morning. Should have put some coffee on. Anyway, people forgot about the heart machine. When the heart was first talked about on the internet and went viral, they had maybe 300 heart machines at a time. But let's say about 2,000. This was back in 2005, I believe. 06. All right? Heart machine. Now, if anybody don't know what this heart machine does, the jet stream separates the cold and the hot terrains of the planet. And in the middle is the mountainous range where you get that mid-weather. Nonetheless, it has a jet stream and it has a natural flow, like a heartbeat. Boop, 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 boop. The jet stream is the heartbeat of the earth. Check this out. Now, if you ever get on the heart monitor, right? And you hear your heartbeat, it go doo boop 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 boop. Cool. We call it a jet stream. Now, let's get global on this shit. I told you I'm a globalist. Let's get global on this shit. Now, whether the earth is flat, skinny, tall, I don't give a fuck. What I'm looking at is if you put the heart monitor on the planet Earth and you see that jet stream, all right, you would see it go like this. Boop, 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 boop. Or do a little dip, boop, 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 boop. You know, whatever it is, that's its heart rate. Now, the heart machine fucks with the heart rate of the planet. So now, instead of going like this, it's going like this. Then going across. So you imagine doing this shit. Can you imagine your heartbeat doing that? Research it for yourself. Look it up. I was like, oh my goodness, it's about to happen. So it makes sense that the snow from up north that we normally get here in Pennsylvania got down Texas. Because the jet stream went like this, all the way down, and then it went up, and then it came back, and then went across. So they trapped the air pocket like doing this, right, with the heart machine. They trapped it. Then as the other one was coming down, it went down to it came down to a U like this, and under that is where Texas was under here, and that bowl. Texas is in this bowl right here inside that U. But around here, there's a front trapped. That trapment allowed the snow to come from up here down into this bowl. All right. And so it dumped all that snow on Texas and Georgia, wherever it is I normally don't get. The fires that normally would, the heat that normally would be in Africa, and all other regions, is coming to California on a different note. So it's setting things afire on that. But it also goes with the melting from the heat, right? And now there's a lot of flooding, i.e. Philadelphia got flooded. Then it was just recently they said that for 6 days there was an earthquake on the other side of the earth. It shook for 6 days. After effects of the quake, the the vibration still shook for 6 days. Here's the meat and potatoes of what I just talked about. Up in Antarctica, Hitler and them had ran up there looking for some shit. All right. And so now Europe, all of Europe is running up there. America's up there now. They're buying up tons of land up there. They're doing new money up there as we speak. They're flooding America. They're burning it. They're saying, fuck America. They're going to make a new world order in a new area. They're going up to Antarctica. That's their plan. Get rid of America. Let America go to shit. Let Africa still be its pastry dish. And we'll do everything else as business, everything else, but we'll take care of our new land in Antarctica. So they think. Now, in the ancients, they said that the fallen ones are buried frozen under permafrost. And it makes sense that if you thaw the permafrost, that it will send up a gas called ethanol. Now, if you know anything about ethanol, that shit is like, it's in your spray paint cans or your hairspray. You go, we had Jamaican parties, they, well, they're guessing 1.3 million tons of that under Antarctica. That's just what they can see. But the ethanol is methane, ethanol, something like that. Yeah. I'm glad. Yeah, there's dialogue on this, right? Okay. But I know they say ethanol, methane. It's one of the same. They did mention methane, but I heard ethanol. I heard that. But we're on the same track. This is going to happen, brothers and sisters. It's coming. A lot of us seeing visions. I had a personal vision myself. I'm not talking about being a wizard, but when I seen this, I stood my shit up. Now, the fallen ones, according to ancient sources, these creatures, they was frozen in that permafrost and never to be touched again. That's why the ethanol or the methane right. Check it. All right, here we go. Check it out. Now, they wanted, that's true. They wanted to go up to Antarctica and melt Antarctica down to its all natural resources and exploit it. That's what the devil wanted to do. The Gentile, the devil. We ain't talking about Satan, Lucifer, and all that shit. We're talking about pale skinned man, white supremacy, all that shit. They saying, fuck you niggas, you brown niggas, green niggas, you new white niggas, we ain't fucking with none of you no more. We're going to get rid of America, fuck your land, we don't want to hear that no more. In other words, what they're saying is this: since you keep blaming us for stealing everybody's land, this is what we're going to do. We're going to melt Antarctica, kill all you niggas while we melt this shit, and start our new race. Done. So that means you ain't say, you can nobody say that you right. Well, Richard Boyd, right, when Richard Boyd came back with those plans, that sent Russia and Germany up there. Now this is back in the 50s and 60s. But to speed it up, after they done bought up all the land and sliced it, they dug in there, they went back up there and found out that there were craters the size of 15 football fields, and they're exploding from the inside out, meaning that up in Antarctica, the ethanol is bubbling in the water and it's blowing up. So if you build your crib up in Antarctica, you subject to get your ass blown out to space literally for free. Nigga, you ain't gonna need no spaceship. I'm sorry to drag this out, but after when I get to the end, I just we was gonna have to giggle on this shit. So they spent all this money in all these wars to try to melt Antarctica just to find and to get their demon brothers and sisters out, and the devils and the satans out of there, the fallen ones, the giants. It's protected by ethanol methane. And if you strike one little flicker, the whole fucking Antarctica of methane goes to blaze. You see, well, how's that affect us on the rest of us in other part of the country? Well, because once that fire gets up there, that means all the ice melts and that permafrost melts. That means new bacteria, diseases, famine, floods, and more unbalance of the planet. So between the black man and black woman denying God and the pale skin that have no God, the Afro-Asiatic man and woman, the original man and woman, have to recreate. Absolutely. They're doing it like Texas. When they came up through Texas, the Spaniards, and mixed with some of the other criminals from Europe, that was their thing. We're claiming this, and everybody come through here, we're killing you. Matter of fact, it's an old ancient thing. This guy's name was Kehu. This is how funerals came to America or to Europe. With Kehu, he had a daughter named Hajar. Yes, the same Hajar with Isaac in Egypt. And Rekehu was the first pharaoh of Egypt. And he said, well, how did he become the first pharaoh? When he left Arcadia, which is the same country as Abraham, the same country as Terah and all them, when they left and became Hebrews, in Arcadia, when Rekeon came to Egypt, he was broke, but he was smart. And so what he did was he seen some thugs down on the corner, like your neighborhood or your latest rap video. He said, check this out. Anybody you see come down this road, kill him. Two people happened to come down, they killed them. Kept all their shit. Five more people came looking for the two people. They killed them, took all their shit. 20 people came, killed them, took all their shit. 3 or 4 people kept coming through, killing them. Before you know it, they had all this jewelry and extortion and all that. And so he became so rich and powerful amongst his thugs and these people that when the king inquired of who's there to keep killing all my people, my subjects, or my money, he sent him double the money that the people that he murdered would give him in tribute. And that's how Osiris and them called Rekahon Pharaoh. Egypt had kings, they didn't have pharaohs at the time. So a pharaoh is an Akkadian murder thing. So I thought maybe we want to share people with that true history. So we say, hey, we are the pharaohs of Egypt. That's because you're admitting to being murderous. And how we know? Because we read it again. We'll read it to you again. Egypt, Pharaoh, and he punished them according to their works and designs, those who said we were sent to heaven and serve our gods. So Pharaoh, so serve their gods. And they became like apes, elephants, and those who said we will smite the heavens with arrows. So that's where all these missiles and shit come from. Shoot them up in the sky because they want to kill God. So every time you think you want to be busting up in the air, subconsciously, they taught you if you shoot up at the air, you might kill God. I didn't know that. They're going to bust up in the air. But subconsciously, they're shooting their arrows right here against God. You can see that. Oh, you'd be surprised how the black man and black woman is subconsciously destroyed. But I want to talk about that. So we're going to tell you again, before we end this story, before we end this feed, Letter to a Soldier's Death Wish, from guns to lyrical weapons. I'm going to tell you, children of Cain, there's a war going on, and this motherfucker hate you and me. They hate us, period. They don't want to destroy the man from the planet. However, see the Cain? When you killed your brother Abel, talking to a black man and a black woman, when you killed your brother Abel, first of all, you said, I am not my brother's keeper. So that right there, how you justify black on black crime. When you said that, and you say that to this very day, I am not my brother's keeper. Fuck that nigga. Y'all love that. Fuck that bitch. Whoop that trick. Y'all love that. And so, Cain, you killed your brother. When your brother went to the Most High and gave him the best of what he had, you, black man and black woman, went to God and said, look what I did. And the Most High said, the fuck out of my face. I provided you with this. You talking about you did what? Nigga, I put you on your feet, nigga. How the movies go? Crumbs to bricks. Nigga, you was out here selling dime bags of hard, nigga. I give you a quarter brick for free. This is the thanks I get. The game don't change, man. It's the motherfucking players. Wanna be God. So this is what happened to you, black man and black woman. The Moshe said, get out of my face. And anybody kill you, curse them, be 7 times 7. And he said you had to wander on the earth. Black man and black woman, you will wander on this earth now, and the earth will not yield you nothing. Read that in Genesis chapter 2. That's the history of the black man and black woman, the disobedience to the Creator and their brother and sister. You hate your God, you hate yourself, and you hate what is right. That is your culture, that is your history. And until you deal with that, you're never going to rule shit. You're never going to have nothing. The Most High told Cain, when you killed your brother, I told you don't do it. Master that shit. But since you keep killing your motherfucking brothers and sisters, You will wander the planet. The earth is cursed beneath your feet, right? The earth is cursed beneath your feet. You will not have nothing. And here's a fact. Name one black successful man of any time in history when he died, left his children anything. As Prince, Michael Jackson, Red Fox, Samuel Davis Jr., Sidney Poitier, Frederick Douglass. Every single rich a sister or brother. We already said we don't know you. That's the purpose of this video. We don't know you. We're talking about the sin. It says, don't hate the person, hate the sin. And being a black man or a black woman is the sin. Being a man and woman of the planet is the beautiful. That's what we're supposed to be. The man and woman, not the prefix suffix of man and woman, but the man and woman and custodians of wisdom between heaven and earth. We are that balance. We serve the Creator. We get wisdom from experience. We get our food from the earth. The sun gives us our shine. The moon gives us our coolness. Everything works together. When you get to the black community, it's like, damn. He worshiped the sun. He worshiped the moon. This bitch worships stars. This motherfucker worship fish. This motherfucker worship Air Jordans. This motherfucker. Well, how did y'all all this? Who told you to do that? So you get the black culture, that's all these gods. How we know? Because it says in the beginning, the black man and the black woman wanted to be God and goddesses. So we left them up to their heart's desire. That goes back to what you was talking about. It was on the heart order. I guess, man, you're going to rock this out, kinfolk. Man, is it all right to mention your handle? I don't want to be saying anything that, Shout out to Dr. Sabi. We're familiar with Dr. Sabi and the cure for AIDS and blah, 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 blah. But here's the trick to that. There's this thing called Alpha Zeta. And these are the children and the fraternity of black Gentile sellout niggas. And once in a while, you'll get one or two that are quote unquote come up with this breakneck information. This is nothing new. When Elijah Muhammad came out, right, after coming out from amongst the pale skins, and then decided to call the pale skin devils, that appealed to the black intellect at the time. Because black folks was, oh, the white man is this. And so that fed into it. Monsanto had came out with germing agriculture and all the seeds and all that. And so there was a major complaint about the black dollar in the grocery stores and a lack of buying certain foods and things of that nature. I have a sister who has a health thing, who makes shea butter, oils, incense. So we're familiar with the traditional health things of our culture. So we didn't need Dr. Sabi really. It's always been. It would just so happen. I'm not taking anything from him. Each man earns his way. Big ups, happy hustle, and may he rest in peace if he's still alive. But for the universal logic of it, not the vainglory, not the ego, not the put a nigga on pedestal and stroke his nuts thing. We're not doing that. We don't do that. No, we don't. Afro-Asiatics don't do that. We are connected to one spiritual body that is infinitely great, and its creative things go out to its sources where it's designed by its master. If it comes to you, beautiful. Me, beautiful. Us, beautiful. Them, beautiful. Nonetheless, the the purpose is the fulfillment of the all. Done. What they did with Dr. Sabi's issue with the House of Consciousness, the Egyptian Scientology people. This was to combat the Hebrew Israelite dietary thing. There was a fight for the spiritual, for black souls and marketing black products. It was a financial joust with the black dollar. We understand that, but also if we take a record of what we pay homage to, the Most High Yah said this: "All glory is mine, and everything anybody else done is because I allowed them to do that, or I gave them their gifts. So I am the best of the, I am the greatest of all gift givers. So whether it's Dr. Sabi, Rolling Stones, they made the first sliced bread. Um, thank you, but it's not because of you. You know what I mean? No, we right, can folks, not me. We, because this is a family thing. You know, these conversations are a family thing. This is not about us being right or wrong. This is about a universal logic. So when you do a certain thing, that's because I would do it too. So you're not, yeah, I'm not. You're not doing it because it was. You know what I mean? You're doing it because there's a body that moves like that. If that makes sense, that's the way we move. Whether we one person or 1 billion of us at one, we're still going to move that same way. And that's that frequency we bring it back. And in that, we call that Dabalicious. And that's what Dabalicious.com is going to be made of. And all y'all welcome. Um, so we have to be mindful, even with you guys. That's what I say. This is a we program because if we don't interact, and it's just me interacting with myself, then that's a problem. And vice versa. If I'm interacting with you because I want to look like I'm smart or this and this and that, that's even a bigger problem. You know, that's why we pray for these videos. We give homage to the Creator Himself, and everybody else. We thank you for being obedient that we may get the message too, because that's hard work. So we congratulate, that's for sure. Congratulations, Dr. Sabi, for taking the time out to do what the fuck you were supposed to do anyway. That's the whole thing. And then this is where the sadness of uh, 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 giving everybody else God's glory. We're not going to hold you up. It's been an hour and 44 minutes. It's 4:45. I mean, 4:45. And I thank who's ever been watching. Thank you guys for keeping me tight, because what you don't say keeps me strong. And what you do say keeps me strong as well. And so I know y'all guys are strong. I'm going to be strong. If I'm strong, y'all going to get strong. And so we just be you. Find out your gifts, man, and exercise your gifts, man. Start warring with God. Start warring with what it is. You don't know what 10 Commandments is? Go ask somebody. Ask Google what's 10 Commandments. Just start there. If you really, Joe Biden said this. He said, if you don't vote Joe Biden, you ain't black. They got that. We say this. If you don't practice the 10 Commandments, you cannot and will not never be a complete man and or woman. You can't be. You won't be. You can say it, you can scream it, shout it, you can test with it, but the universal logic, the universal fact, and the global truth is without Yah, his 10 Commandments, man, and his laws, statutes, and precepts. You fail. That's that. You fail. Dear Father, we thank you for letting us make this video. We ask that you bless this and you be glorified. We ask that you would confirm this video, that you would be uplifted, and would seek you. We would point to them that they said, don't follow me, don't, we don't want to follow you, seek you with all their heart and all their mind and all their strength. And we pray for our safety of our friends and family. They go to and from their destinations. We ask you protect them from their enemies, protect us from your enemies. By the power of prayer come, and through probably for me, not we say thank you. The rest of you guys, take care of each other. And we out. Oh, I thought you had rolled out. Good damn, we'll close this one video out here. And that video. Shit. Oh, hold on. I'll fix this thing. Absolutely. What makes you think that you weren't supposed to be here? I don't. What should I get you in here somehow? Let me see. Share. No. We ponder this, okay, folks. We've been making YouTube videos since 2009, I believe. And every single time is scary. Every time it's scary. Because it takes a responsible person to get on these social media and be honest first with themselves and with others. Truth is the new money. Loyalty is the new financial dream. And I found out that the truth and loyalty, you don't need money. And so what we did, we said, you know what? From experience, Ken folks, what experience? I said, all my life, I worked for everything I got. Created it with my hands. I found some sticks, boom, boom, boom. I made some grass that I used to do back in the day and make the huts, you know. I was making slingshots out of sticks and tweed, you know, but just stay creative. But I always had to fight over my ideas. You know what I mean? Now I'm in Pittsburgh. I plan on coming to South Carolina. To be honest with you, I have some family members down. I have a lot of family members down in South Carolina, and I've never got a chance to meet none of them. So, what was I saying? I always had the point that I'm making is that with money, fame, glory, and things that are material, it gets to a point where you say, I don't want to die for nothing. Every year I gotta get a new car, new shoes, new socks, t-shirt, new name, new tag, new job, new money, new, it's always getting this. It's like, didn't I just get this car? You say, yeah, but it's a 22, it's a 2020, it's a 22, year 22 car. You said, yeah, but it looks like the 2020 car. You said, yeah, but it ain't got a sticker on the tailpipe. Ah, okay. So the sticker is the only difference between the 2020 and the 2022? He says, yeah, it's a sticker. He said, what's so special about the sticker? He said, it's made by Gucci. I said, but yeah, but it's the same car. He said, yeah, but it got a Gucci sticker on it. Oh, okay. So when you decide that you don't want to live for the sticker price, your life gets different. You start to pick your battles wisely. A person will kill you for being successful. Everyone is saying, hey, work hard, go to school, be this and be all you can be, and you'll be okay. They lie. Because soon you surpass them, they setting you up. Because I've seen it. And this is Black history and Black culture. And they get it from the crooked serpent. That's why the black man and black woman get punished. That's why the black man and black woman get punished more than the pale skin. And nobody caught on to that. You ever notice that? Has anybody ever noticed that? Family. Nobody, it never dawned on why the crooked pale skin, we ain't say devil, we ain't calling devil, we call him crooked. The crooked ones get away with shit with a lighter sentence. Matter of fact, I watched this program, Roof Shit. I'm glad you said that. Lord. They in this church. Check this out. They in this church. The girl already got a husband. And so the man, the woman's going to work at church. The husband's out going to work. There's a guy who's going to Bible college. Currency as an energy, I definitely agree with you. But check this out. The husband is doing something positive for his family. The wife is at the church. She meets a guy at her workplace who's going to Bible college. All this is surrounded around Jesus and religion and morals. So to speed up a little bit quicker, the motherfucker beat him in the head till he was unrecognizable while he was asleep. But what they showed was he had his back turned, asleep. The wife who works in the church, the guy with the crowbar in his hand, who's going to church college, who praised Jesus, Paul's his mentor, goes behind this guy in his house to take his woman and his life and beats him with a crowbar till he cannot be recognizable. Guess how many years they gave these two motherfuckers? Guess how many years they gave them? Please take a wild guess. 15 years. And I think that's a little, I don't think I even said that right. I'm leaning to 10 years. Probably. No, I think it was 10 or 15. He, they set the shit up. The world told the police, yeah, I'm letting in. I'm laying in the bed next to my husband. The man came in. I forgot to do his name. I'll just say Mr. B. Mr. B came in, grabbed me by my arm, pulled me out the bed, and he went behind my husband and repeatedly bashed his head while I watched. Got 10 or 15 years from that. Nigga got caught with a half-ounce coat and got 30 years. This motherfucker man's wife violated everything about manhood and then bashed the nigga's head and he got 10 years. I mean, it was so gruesome. Then, 2 stories later on the same show, they show a black man well, here's what's happening. When a black man and a black woman decided in their hearts and their minds that they're going to make their own gods, this I'm trying to describe these pictures. That's why I had paused for a minute because it's so way out there to comprehend that you literally would have to get the picture in your head to use it as a template of what you already know. Meaning this. Right now, as you're in your home, you can feel your care for life and your care for yourself and your family and others. No, it wasn't rich at all. It's just when that's in your nature, you don't get punished that bad. Had Nada did that, it's gonna electrocute my ass. You know why? Because God told me thou shalt not kill. He didn't tell them pale skin thou shalt not kill. The Torah was for the so-called black man and black woman to become Afro-Asiatics again. Afro meaning natural, Asiatic meaning man or woman from the land of the rising sun, which is Asia is the root word for the land of rising sun. And because our skin absorbs the sun and the earth, we literally do that. It's literal. This is scientifically facts. And because we're so connected with the land of rising sun, that our plasma and our blood, when you spin it as fast as the sun spins, you get the exact same plasma. I taught that as well. But nobody wanted to know. I want to go over that. All right, I say you bash somebody's head, and that's it on this program. This pale skin had bashed this woman's husband's head, and he sat there and watched, and they ran off together. And they both was into Jesus and going to Bible college and all this stuff. But the religion part wasn't the basis. The basis was about guns, lyrical weapons, and the black man and black woman, uh, because they're godless and the desire to be godless and to be gods and goddesses themselves, they're the biggest downfall. And as long as there is a black man or woman group who is teaching that there are gods and goddesses, that's an infection on the planet. And until that's removed, um, everybody's at stake because it's an infection. And the fact is that nothing that the black man or black woman makes, he can keep, because he didn't name himself black man or black woman. And even the word Kemet, people didn't name themselves black people or black land. They had a name for it because it did something. It produced something. Just like in Nike. What do Nike produce? You wouldn't know Nike did anything unless you had one of its products or one of its productions. Hey, I got Nike. What's that, a sandwich? No, motherfucker. It's a sporting wear. Well, how would I know that? Well, I'm going to tell you what it produced. Shoes, clothing, hats, chains, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. You see, what do a black man or black woman produce? You say, okay, well, Nike means victory. Goddess of victory. They have a god for that. That's how far they went with that. So, what does a black man and black woman do? They go around and shop for gods. And they make their own gods dressed up in what? Somebody else's god called Nike. They dress in somebody else's god called Adidas. That's a god too. And they worship somebody else's day. Like Thor's Thursday. And so we're saturated with other people's gods and gods of their own. It's all around us. But the next time is for HOSEA, man, saying peace, nice chatting with you. We get back on. You know, text us, call us anytime, give us any comments. We'll show you the resource information. All our information is Fair Use Act. Our photos are Fair Use Act. I do not claim anybody's artwork. I do not claim anybody's music. We're not claiming anybody's research, teachings, or anything like that, because God has gave every man and woman the ability to process and package things themselves in their own unique way. Because you're all unique, and you're all special to me, I say I love you and care about you. To Israel and Ishmael, get it together, your family, and take care of each other. And happy hustle.